How's it going, Roboteers? Ryan here with our first toy review, our exclusive toy review. These have been provided to us by Toynk or Toynk, and as you can see, we've got a couple of familiar logos here, and perhaps a couple of familiar vials. These are replica props from the Resident Evil series. The vials on the left, you can see, I believe they're from the first Resident Evil movie, and on the right, we've got these different vials, and we'll break these open here. But here we have 3 liquid vials, and not sure how that's showing up on camera there. But basically you have the T-Virus. This is the Nemesis enhancement with the red liquid here and with the official looking medical glass. You've got the T-Virus, the normal ass T-Virus. And then, of course, you've got the green antidote. So, if you're a big Resident Evil fan, then I would say these are right up your alley. Here, we can crack these guys open. You've got... These are a little bit difficult to get out, especially considering my fingers are garbage and don't work properly. They always hurt all of the time. So you may end up finding an easier time pulling one of these, pulling the cheap plastic out, and popping them out. But once you do, you're left with 2 nifty looking vials that look very familiar. Now, I am definitely a big fan of Resident Evil. Not as much in the movies as the video game series, but the first movie was decent, second movie was decent. I believe since Nemesis was introduced in the second movie, that means that these props here are actually Resident Evil 2 memorabilia. And as far as something to put on a shelf and display, I would say thumbs up. They're very cool. If you're a huge diehard Resident Evil fan, this is definitely something that you're going to want on your mantle. Though I feel like they missed out on a huge opportunity with these guys. These are solid bottom and top. I think it would have been awesome if they had a clear bottom and you could put them on a light and have them light up for a good, proper, badass display. But really, what we're talking about here is, I mean, some fairly cheap plastic to resemble something from the movie. Overall, objectively, from a non-frothing fan point of view, I am not terribly impressed by these. Especially once you know the price point. So this little kit here, which I would actually expect would cost more. Oh, hi guys, just kind of fell right out there, huh? Let's get rid of these cases, get these out of the way, right? Because both of these cases are just, I mean, they're cookie tins. The real meat and potatoes is the neat little memorabilia inside. For this price, so these guys I would expect to be more because they're actually glass bottles filled with a liquid. It seems like they cost more than these guys, which are just molded plastic. There's not a liquid in the the spiral or anything like that. It's just molded plastic, as you can see there. But these guys come in at $36.99, and these guys come in at $56.99. It's not a small price to pay for what essentially amounts to some cheaply molded plastic and some water with some food coloring in it. So overall, I would say I'm not super impressed by this. If you're a huge fan, it's definitely cool, and it would look neat on display. It would look neater on display if these had clear bottoms. But I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. So as you can see, I mean, it definitely looks neat. Those are all just, plastic things and feel kind of cheaply made. And then these guys are not much more than 3 glass vials with a sticker slapped on them and filled with food coloring and water. So for the price points, I would have to say not really worth it unless you are a diehard Resident Evil fan. But if you're a diehard Resident Evil fan, maybe this is exactly what you want. I will leave that to you to judge. But to me, just not feeling it. So what do you think? Are you a big enough Resident Evil fan to absolutely need these gracing your shelves? I'll leave product links in the description here if you are. And if not, what do you think would make this an absolute must-have for you? For me, a big way to bridge that gap would be to put a clear bottom on these for a more impressive display. But even then, I would find it hard to justify the $57 price tag for these. And these, I mean, they're clear glass. You could do some sort of neat light up display or something, but they're still just food coloring in water in glass tinctures with a sticker on them for $37. In fact, it makes me want to do a video that describes how you can just make these on your own, because it seems like they're not using any particularly special parts or anything. I mean, these would probably be a little bit more difficult to make, but certainly doable, and almost definitely at a lower price point than $57. So I don't know, that wraps up our first review. And if you want to see more, leave a comment below, subscribe, and I'm sure there's going to be more of these in the future, unless I just completely shattered any relationship that we might have with toy makers and collectible makers in the future. Thanks for watching. I've been Ryan. We'll see you next time.